The United States has agreed that the Allies can send F-16 fighter jets to Ukraine. What is the F-16 fighter jet, and will that provide a game-changing capability for Ukraine? The F-16 Fighting Falcon is a very capable modern fighter aircraft that's capable of multi-role missions. In other words, offering air-to-air, shooting down other aircraft, but also delivering bombs in an air-to-ground mode. It's been around since 1979, but it's been continuously upgraded ever since. And it's one of the most modern, most capable military platforms around. It's a 1,500 mile an hour Mark II capable aircraft, carries a 20mm cannon, and can deliver a range of air-to-air and air-to-ground weapons. As a result, it's one of the most widely exported military aircraft around, with over 5,000 available in service with countries all around the world. The announcement by President Biden at the G7 conference that America would endorse the gifting of F-16s is really important, but there are no nations yet stepping forward to actually offer F-16 platforms. One of the challenges is that each of these F-16s is a different block standard, is a different software standard, different radar, different electronic warfare. And one of the things that Ukraine will probably need is between 20 and 30 aircraft, but of a common software standard. And that will be quite difficult for the international community to provide. One of the ways that they may be able to do that is that some of the operators of F-16 aircraft, like Denmark and Holland, are looking to retire their fleets of F-16s and replace them with F-35 aircraft. And that therefore might leave a small fleet of F-16s which would be able to be donated to Ukraine of a single common standard. President Zelensky would want the fighter jets to be available as soon as possible. The harsh reality, though, is it's going to take some time for a couple of reasons, one of which is pilot training. At the moment, the US have taken 2 experienced Ukrainian fighter pilots across the US to see how long the training would take. And they believe that with an intense period of ground school, extensive use of simulators and flying training, that they might be able to get that training done in 4 months. And another 10 Ukrainian pilots are on their way over. But almost certainly that will not be complete by this year's end. The second issue is how many aircraft can be provided and when they're available. But the main point for all of that is that it's unlikely we're going to see F-16s over the battlefield for this spring-summer offensive. The announcement is significant for 2 main reasons, one of which is President Zelensky has been beating a drum for the last year about having fighter aircraft to be able to protect Ukraine's skies. And what has been interesting is the international community over the past year has gradually opened up its war chests as confidence in Ukraine's capability has increased, starting with anti-tank weapons, then short-range artillery, then longer-range artillery, and then tanks. And President Zelensky almost certainly has been telling Western leaders, if we had been quicker providing this military capability, would we be in a different position on the battlefield today? As a result, he doesn't want to learn those same lessons again, and is imploring the international community to open the floodgates to allow him to have Western jets. Therefore, this announcement by President Biden is incredibly important. The second reason it's important is because President Putin almost certainly thinks he has time on his side, that the West's appetite for this war will wane as we get into next winter. And the reality is now that with this commitment of military jets, the F-16s, this is a multi-year, 5 or 10-year arrangement that will make a huge difference to Ukraine's military capability for the long term. That will be very concerning for President Putin. Inevitably, this decision does raise the question that given that there's a US presidential election next year, could the outcome of that election affect this decision? Who knows what the future may hold, but this is not a decision for the US to export F-16 aircraft from its own inventory. This is giving the Allies permission to do that. And if that decision was to be reversed, that would have huge political implications, not only for the US, but the West. Therefore, as we stand at the moment, we don't know what the US will do, but it's very unlikely to be renege on this deal.